Hey, this is Brian Jump. Welcome to the SAI Service Marketing Podcast. Appreciate your eyes and ears and your attention. What do we do? What is this podcast even about? Why should you listen? Well, I'm going to cover that. We talk about actionable tips for service businesses. This right here is a service business. This is a body shop. And so why a lot of times we'll talk directly about the experiences that we've had here. And in my past 34 years tenure running an automotive business and other related businesses, I've generated tens of millions of dollars, and I've also lost some money, but overall they've been wins. So I'm going to share my wins and losses, my W's and my L's. And today I've got an L to share with you, but we'll also get into a lot more dubs. So thank you for your listening. And if you've got any questions, you can always reach out 949-302-3464. Or you can DM me on Instagram at DentcoPDR. So, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about Formula One, not about the drivers and Piastri and what happened at Imola a week ago, whatever. Now, I mean, although I'm a Formula One fan, I love the sport, I love racing. But no, we're going to talk about why they obsess over speed and how that's carryover into our businesses. Why speed is truly probably the most important tidbit when it comes to running a business. If you can speed up the result for the client, you know, and the pleasure, the enchantment, if you will, all the much better, right? So so many jokes I could have inserted into all those little words, and I'm highbrow today, guys. I'm running right up here. I'm off camera. I'm so high. So anyway, use your imagination if you think you heard a couple good cues for some raunchy jokes, because there were. I queued them up pretty good, but went right past it. Formula One speed, that's what we're going to talk about. I'm going to recap a little bit about what happened with our business this week. I like to kind of keep it real. And then I'd like to talk a little bit about baseball, just because it's kind of one of my interests. So let's go, and not in that order, let's go start baseball, then business, and then we'll talk about Formula One, shall we? Come on in, lean on in. All right, so my son Gage has been struggling a little bit, came out of the blocks kicking ass in AA, high A, and then got promoted to AA, and then went to the All-Star game for the Futures, which is the minor leagues, did great there. And then, I don't know if it's fatigue or what, but it's just been kind of a rough go the past 4 or 5 outings. And this last weekend, there were some flashes of some greatness, but still it wasn't too good. So, and he knows what he's doing. I think he's got one more game he'll pitch in. I think it's playoff time right now. And then he'll wind on back home. We're supposed to take a family trip to Hawaii, which will be nice. Looking forward to this. My stepson and his wonderful wife, Yvette, are going to have a baby. So we're hoping to get the posse together one more time, sail on out to the islands, and then they're going to start their new life with this baby. And when a baby enters your life, I'm telling you right now, if you don't know, it's such a huge quantum change in what you do and your perspective, and it's I was gonna say it's neat, but that's like the understatement of understatements. So it's phenomenal. It's such a life shift. So anyway, so blessed to have had the experience. So yeah, Gage, no bueno. I won't get into more details, but like I said, hopefully I'll have a next time we talk, if they played a playoff game and he's pitched, hopefully I'll have some good news. All right, so beyond that, what's been happening here at Dentco, we actually interviewed a bunch of videographers. We're trying to kind of step up our social media game. If you've been listening and or watching, I'm not king of social media. I'm not a very good editor. I'm average at best in front of the camera, but we're going to try to hire a professional or two to help us kind of. And you might be saying, why do you need that, Brian? Isn't your business kicking ass? Yeah, we are kicking ass. We're doing really well. No complaints. Great clients, tons of business. We just want to polish it up a little bit. I want to get the kind of clients we want to get. We want to put out the kind of information and the image, the aesthetic, that it will line up and let people know kind of what we're about. Although, like I said, I kind of had a faux pas this weekend. So I'm going to talk about that. But anyway, so stay tuned. We brought in a cat named Mason, this hippie looking dude, but very skilled and a good head on his shoulders. So hopefully he can help get us on the right track. So let's talk about my loss. Let's get into the Big L, and then we'll get into Formula One and how the similarities can help your business. So this weekend we had a lot of business the second half of this week leading into the weekend, and today's Saturday. We had a lot of pickups today, and me personally, I had a lot of work. We're shorthanded. I need another dent guy out here. Jake the Snake is phenomenal, but he in his own right is just too busy, which is great. I felt I'm going to take a little bit of the success responsibility, because I kind of mentored him over the past several years, and I think we really helped him up his game, and not only probably from a technical standpoint, but maybe from marketing too. So he's busy, which is fantastic, and that's an understatement. I refer him work, and I don't think he can even do it. And he definitely doesn't have time to come over here. So whatever comes through the door, I'm pretty much doing it. So yeah, we need more help. But so I had a ton of cars, probably 6, to put my hands on today and deliver. Jeff was in. We even brought not our part-timer, but Vadim, who usually only works weekdays. He even came in to help today. And one slipped through the cracks. And I'm bummed, because this client is Highline, it's a Mercedes, and I could tell that this was going to be a good client to really, really do good by. So we got the Mercedes part for their bumper. We did the bumper repair. And what had happened was I highlighted all my notes last night for today's work. And what happened was I'd already worked on this car, but I stopped because I was working right above the bumper repair, and I didn't want to have any alcohol or confetti from my repair rain down on Jeff. I wanted that bumper to look great, and it did. But when I pulled off halfway through doing my glue pull, and then it needed a little bit of tooling, it was probably about the size of a avocado dent in the front edge of this hood, and that's what also hit the bumper, and they were right over each. If they were offset or a different part of the car, I would have worked and had it done. But the failure is not bookmarking, and because we got so busy today, that car, my obsession with it was, hey Jeff, everything's done, it's cut and buffed, let's wash it for the client. And I totally forgot that I hadn't finished my portion of the repair, which was the dent repair. The glue pulling was done. I need to get in and do a little bit of tooling. It was probably 60%, so it's not like a train wreck. It definitely looked better, but it's not the kind of thing you're going to deliver. So I get a phone call from the client, and she's nice, and she says, "Hey, my husband looked at the car. It looks like maybe the dent in the hood isn't completed." And I'm like, just couldn't believe it. I was just so disappointed in myself, but it's a warning shot over the head, because we're trying to remain 5.0, maybe a 10.0, and then 5 is just where the limit stops, right? The voting, but we really want to be like a 10. And I take a lot of pride in what I do, but I should have, as soon as I had to walk away from that car, I should have bookmarked it, because I knew I am going to be busy, and I would have potentially forgotten. And the other 4 or 5 cars that need to get done today that I had to lay my hands on got done. The Audi RS, the Subaru, the smashed Honda CHR, which took probably 5-6 hours. All those cars got done, but the Mercedes unfortunately didn't. So hopefully they'll bring it back in, which is an inconvenience for them to come in twice. And like I said, that's just such a fail. But I'm a human being. If you didn't figure it out, I'm not a robot. I'm not an Elon Musk robot. So anyway, you could tell I'm a little down about it, because it's not about money. It's about, like I said, it's about honor and just delivering an exceptional experience. And the lady saw us washing her car. Her name's Ellie. I'm sure she's like, okay, these people are, and maybe because it was wet, she didn't see. Although the dent, like I said, it's halfway out or 2/3 of the way out, so it probably looked better. And it's a white car. She probably didn't even notice when she picked up. And the bumper and the new part was on and all that. So like I said, we did 80% of what, 70% of what should have been done, but trying to move too fast. So anyway, what's the lesson? Have check marks and cross your T's and dot